This is the fourth video in my character creation series. We have talked about several items. We've talked about how to roll your attributes, whether you use Fantasy Grounds dice or whether you use real dice. We've talked about where to put those attributes, and we've also talked about how to select your race. And always remember, if you choose a race or a background and you decide that you want to change it, you have to start over. Mark this character as deleted and start a new character. Because if you drop a new background or a new race onto the race or background section, it will not delete the old information, it will only add the new information. So, moving on, we're going to talk about backgrounds in this video. The backgrounds are a critical component of your character, and they should always be chosen after you choose your race but before you choose your class, because some backgrounds will give you skills and you don't want to choose a background that gives you skills after you chose your class, because you might end up already having those skills through your class or your background, whichever you do first. Example: Acolyte gives you the insight and religion skill. Now, if I want to be a cleric, those are going to be in my cleric skill list that I can choose from. However, if I know ahead of time that I'm going to do a cleric and an acolyte, I would choose acolyte first. And that will automatically add those two skills for me. And then when I go to choose my class, I won't choose those two skills because I already have them. There's a few other notes to keep in mind. One is, if I choose acolyte and then I decide down the road I'd rather not be an acolyte, you cannot simply drag and drop it on the new one onto the background section, because it will create duplicate stuff or extra stuff that you shouldn't have. It does not remove the old data once you add it, unfortunately. So if you change your mind and you don't want to use Acolyte background or any other background you may have chosen, you need to start over from scratch and create a new character. Same with races. Let's see, what else can we talk about backgrounds? Oh yes, once you choose your background, don't forget to go to the background by clicking the red dragon head and go to the feature section and read how your feature works. Don't forget to go and choose your languages, which we'll talk about later. And don't forget to go and add your equipment, which again we'll talk about in a later video. Every background gives you some selection of equipment, and they sometimes give you gold. That's how you get your starting stuff. It used to be the classes gave you your starting gold and equipment, but now backgrounds do. Also, do not forget to go to the bottom of the background that you chose and look at the personality traits, the ideals, the bonds and flaws, and either roll randomly for which one you want or pick it. Once you do that, on the character sheet under the notes section, you add it here. It does not automatically add it, but you can copy and paste it or just type it. For example, I rolled on flaws and I rolled that I judge others harshly. And you can type that in here pretty much however you want. There's one example. You can either roll it or you can pick and choose it. It doesn't matter to me as long as you put something there. You should always have something there. As well, make sure you fill out the rest of the information on the Notes tab to include height, weight, age, and gender, alignment, and deity, because all that affects you in-game. We'll talk about that more in a later video. So, what we talked about today was backgrounds, how to choose and drag and drop your background into the background section. Do not do it more than once because you will create duplicated information. If you change your mind about what background you want to be, you need to start over and create a new character. We also discussed how you get your starting equipment, additional languages, and other factors from your background. You can pick and choose those as long as it allows it, of course. And we also discussed how you need to go and actually add your personality traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws to the Notes tab section of your character sheet. You can either open the table up and roll on it, or you can create it yourself based on your desires for your character. That is completely up to you. That is all for backgrounds. Let me know if you have any questions, and thank you for watching this video.